Warning. This program is intended for adults only. What you're about to listen to contains explicit language, sexual topics, and don't be surprised if you get wet.
You've just tuned in to PooseBoss with your host, Victoria Lynn.
What's up, guys? It's your girl, Victoria Lynn, and you've just tuned into another episode of PooseBoss. Calling it random pussy, calling it quarantine pussy. You know. Basically, if you haven't tuned in PooseBoss before, we talk about sex, dating, relationships, and all things pussy. So we are quarantined. So this pussy is under quarantine, unfortunately. I probably could be a little bit of a better girl. I'm not going to lie. Been a little bit of a bad girl, you know. Naughty. But, I got to keep myself entertained in some way, right? So, of course, I'm definitely all over the apps right now, and I'm sure everybody else is. Tinder, I'm on, I think it's 3 for fun, something like that. I'm also on Bumble, seeking arrangements, obviously in my Instagram DMs. I honestly have hit up a couple dudes on Instagram. I slid in their DMs, Nobody that actually, responded. I'm not really sure why Eminem hasn't responded to me yet, but I was like, dude, I'm giving you a shot here. It's like Miracle Mile. Respond. I'm gonna fuck you. No, I'm just kidding. I don't even know if I'd fuck Eminem anymore. I don't know. Sometimes he's super sexy, and then sometimes he's not. And for some reason, I just am not sure about how he is in bed. I knew someone who actually dated him, quote unquote. They all say that, but I just don't know. I don't know if Eminem would be my choice. If I was going to hound someone at this point, oh God, who would it be? You know who it would be? That guy Corey off that show Too Hot to Handle. That guy Corey off Too Hot to Handle on Netflix. If you have not seen it yet, go check it out. I'm going to be doing actually a review of the show later. But Corey, oh my God, I love everything about you. And you are such a fuckboy. He's the ultimate fuckboy. It's so funny when he comes on the show. Anyways, we'll go into that on the review. But ultimate fuckboy, ultimate player, which is why I am going to discuss, or at least talk about my favorite quotes I've gotten from the quarantine players. It's gotten almost even worse since the quarantine happened, because even though you have a valid excuse of, hey, I can't come out and meet you because, one, I don't want to meet you at your house because you could be a serial killer, right? We all go to that right away. Death. Nobody wants to die. So that could be it. One, that. 2, also, COVID-19 can kill you. Not everybody is a killing, but it can kill you. And, also, really though, you don't know what kind of house you're going into. That's the other thing, people don't think about when you're yeah, I'll go over your house. Oh, I'm gonna cook you dinner, babe. We can really get to know each other, blah, blah, blah. How the fuck you gonna feel when you walk into that house and that motherfucker's a hoarder? You're gonna be like, oh, shit. I need to get the fuck up out of this bitch. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. It's very important during quarantine. Don't fuck with players. Fuck with who you know. If you're gonna fuck with anybody, you're taking a risk. You talked about this already, but it's up to you, boo, boo, boo. That was fucked up as shit. All right, one of my first ones that I've heard a lot. My favorite, I guess, one would be, I haven't seen anyone. Look, bitch, if you up here on Tinder messaging me, asking me to come over, definitely you asking other bitches to come over. And I know there are other bitches out here who are definitely going for it. I don't at all, in a sense, I guess, hate on anyone who's doing it. Technically, you're breaking the rules and being bad and la-da-da-da-da and making the virus spread more. You shouldn't be doing that. But also, I know that if you're on Tinder, most likely you have seen somebody if you're inviting them over. Okay, now if you're on Tinder like me, where you're just kind of talking and bullshitting, and then aren't the one inviting people over, then you're just doing what I'm doing, which is basically teasing and buying your time because you're bored as fuck. So if somebody says I haven't seen anyone, I would say ultimate player move right there. They definitely have seen about 15 bitches in the past 2 weeks because it would be that easy right now. I mean, think about it. It's so easy to play because you can pretend to date them. Oh, so anyways. The second quote I heard that I really, really love, and I mean, this goes out to my friend Cheeto, my new friend Cheeto. So I have a new friend. We call him Cheeto. And I mean, he says this so much that I felt like I had to just put it in here because this is the ultimate player move, right? So he's always like, hey, you need to come over. I have the best view in Dallas. Now, mind you, I have a pretty good fucking view of Dallas myself. And I believe his actual building is, well, I know his building is probably maybe less than 200 feet away from me. So I'm pretty sure our view is pretty similar. And I have the view of downtown. Now, maybe he has the view of like the Crescent and the Ritz. However, I've seen that view too. But I have the best view in Dallas. Ladies, you know, if any guy says I have the best view anywhere, I mean, they're definitely trying to impress you with their place so that they can, you know, slide right into yo holes. I put this on there because, you know, we do have more than one. Another great quote I got this past week, which this baffled me like crazy. So this guy that I met, I went on a date with him. It had to have been over a year ago, but yeah, he's been constantly hitting me up since then. And I mean, he's cool or whatever, but I'll be honest, when I met him, I thought he was gay. So I gave him my number thinking we were going out like as friends. And then I went out with him and I realized, oh, fuck, he's not gay. He's straight. He's trying to fuck. And I was like, damn it, I'm not really into him. And he had bad breath on top of it. I'm not even going to lie, he had bad breath. So I kind of just like started ignoring him, but he still hits me up. And then, you know, randomly he hit me up over the quarantine and I was like, well, I'm bored, right? What did I say? When I'm bored, I'm gonna, you know, entertain whatever. So I like was like, hey, how are you? And he's like, hey, are you still in LA? Like, I'd love to get together. Again, it's quarantine, bitch, in LA too. Isn't that like completely like breaking the rules? And I said, hey, actually, I'm not in LA anymore. I'm now in Dallas. And they're like, and he was like, oh, well, come visit me. Let me fly you to LA. I wanted to be like, bruh, you want me to fly from Dallas into LA, which right now is like COVID-19 central, to come see you. And it's been over a year. I don't even really know you. You got bad breath. That's all I really remember. And what, fuck you? Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, why would you even say that? And I was like, well, I mean, COVID-19. He goes, yeah, I guess you're right. Well, maybe then after. I'm like, dude, I mean, I know he was trying to impress me by saying, let me buy you a plane ticket, but I don't know. I'm just not impressed by that shit anymore. It's like most people can only afford one plane ticket, and they assume that you're going to fuck them the first time. So, and most likely if I go somewhere, I am going to fuck them because I'm going to feel guilty for taking their money. Like, I'm not a good hoe. Like, that's a problem, you know? I wish I could be a better hoe, but I'm not good at taking people's money. I'm not good at playing people. Like, I'm just not a good hoe or hooker or prostitute. I don't know what you want to call it. Sugar baby. I don't know. I'm not a good hoe. I'm a good hoe in other ways, but I'm not a good hoe when I'm playing people, which sucks because, I mean, I can only imagine where I'd be in life if I was a fucking awesome hoe. Seriously. Like, my girlfriend, Chica, she's so fucking rad. I be watching her and I see she's a proud hoe and I love it. And I'm just like, damn, if only I could not give a fuck that much, you know? I just get either dick whipped and fall in love, I guess. Whatever. So another great one. Okay, so I got this one over Tinder. And this guy's another dude that just keeps hitting me up. Like, it's literally, I feel like we've matched for over a year and he's been trying and he sends me all these like one-liners. And the one-liner he sent me most recently, I really liked, was, you can't spell quarantine without U-R-A-Q-E. You are a cutie. Ooh. Like, really, dude? I mean, that is just so bad. I wonder if that ever works. I mean, for me, what works is more like, well, this one time, this guy was like, yeah, I used to work on Wall Street, but don't worry, I'm only 35% douchebag. That got me. Like, that had me rolling laughing, and I actually messaged him back. And he actually became my friend. But as far as like these corny ones, I don't see these working, dudes. I mean, do they work on anybody else? I'm just not sure. But it doesn't work for me. And then, so here's my last one for this part series, or for this episode. I really liked this one too. I did not respond again, so I read it, didn't respond, so it's not good enough for a response, but it's super corny. On a scale of 0 to COVID-19, how bored are you? Like, I don't know if he did that, like created that on his own, because my profile says if I'm on here, I'm bored. But that's some corny ass shit. On a scale of 0 to COVID-19, motherfucker, how bored are you? Bored as fuck. That's my answer. Bored as fuck. And those are some of my favorite quotes from my quarantine DMs, messages, social profiles, and all of the above. All right, my pussy tribe. As always, this your girl, Victoria Lynn. Make sure to go show this pussy some love and follow me on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Duh. And of course, TikTok at PooseBoss. And until next time, remember, ladies, to keep patting that puss.